Hey there! Hello everyone! Hi! And welcome to your new favorite online sex dungeon. Alright, maybe that's not the best way to introduce the channel, but it is somewhat fitting for what we're going to be talking about today. Because today, we're talking about Skitzz, a channel you most likely so far have been lucky enough to not have heard about. Too bad, you're watching this video, you're going to hear about it now. Now, Skitzz is a channel of two guys who basically pride themselves in making these experiments, or social experiments. Social experiments, in case you don't know, is the very basic idea of just going outside, doing something, and seeing what people's reactions are. In a sense, that might sound nice, it might sound like a good idea to show a point about how people behave, but in reality, it's a genre that has been ruined a long time ago by people basically staging all of the experiments to get more shocking footage. Go watch the colossally crazy video about FuziTube if you want to know more about that.
He used the tragedy to give himself a platform to spread a message about racism. A message that transpired to be entirely staged.
But anyways, we're not here to talk about FuziTube today. We're here to talk about Skitzz and their incredible content. Skitzz as a channel, it's basically these two guys who make a living harassing people.
Get over here! Get over here!
I'm sorry, but you really actually have to leave.
It's like every channel has sort of its shtick, right? That thing that they do, a genre if you wish. For some people this might be vlogging, for others it's gaming, for me for example, or for others it's commentary. For these guys, it's sexual harassment and making people in public incredibly uncomfortable. Now, I don't think there is a one-word name for that so far, but I'm sure there will be one eventually, especially if we keep getting such genre-worthy pieces of content as midget getting head on subway, public experiment. Literally, why would you watch this? I get that it might be hot to some people or something. Like, even if reviewing this as a porno, the amount of awkward and uncomfortable stares they get makes this impossible to use as fapping material. And I feel like I'm scarily sounding like a porn critic right now, and I do not like that. Now, this is sort of besides the point of making people uncomfortable. It's kind of really besides the point, but it just kind of goes to show you the type of people these two are.
Why does this dude keep slamming on his brakes?
I was about to say that someone could get hurt if you do something like this, however the guy did in fact crash his car, so someone did get hurt.
You're giving us free content, bro. You're giving us free content.
It kind of just goes to show you how certain people just have zero fucking self-awareness. It's pretty incredible. You make somebody crash their car, you just drive by carelessly, and then you still have the audacity to upload that to YouTube. I think it's a well-known fact at this point. People make content like this, making these social experiments just to stir up controversy or make softcore porn. Don't usually get traction because of their personality, and hardly any of that traction stays for longer than a few videos. Which is clearly the case for Skitzz over here, as their views fluctuate. They fluctuate a whole lot. One video gets 8 million views, the next one gets 30,000. Shit happens. Now they have a series, which kind of seems to get a lot of traction sort of constantly for some reason.
Know some young niggas like to swear.
Big Dick in Toronto, public experiment. 3.6 million views.
When the money talks, what is there to say?
Big Dick in Los Angeles, public experiment. Another 3 million views.
Tuck it, walk it like I tuck it. Hey.
Big Dick in the Gym, public experiment. 4 million views.
Listen, baby on baby drop, man. Ever since baby on baby drop. Nobody.
Big Dick Miami, public experiment. 8 fucking million. They might be thinking, Edward, this is actually incredible. I mean, these are some numbers. There must be something amazing about the series that just brings people in. And I don't blame you for thinking that, I thought the same, but I have to say that after sitting down and watching all of these videos, trying to figure out just what made people so enticed to watch a man prance around with a fucking sausage down his pants, I still do not see the appeal. Maybe apart from the Miami one, where at least it's a girl with a sausage. I guess that's kind of a game changer to some people. It's also just a general great idea for a video, isn't it? just take a girl with a dick and make it out to be some kind of a weird spectacle for people to stare at. I'm sure there's got to be another word for that, I just can't seem to think of it right now. A bit of a throwback. Do you guys remember when I mentioned sexual harassment a little while ago? For these guys, it's sexual harassment. I'm just saying that because some of you may have thought it was some kind of a cheap joke. It wasn't. I think some of this shit could actually be classed as harassment.
Don't sleep on me.
Strip club in public experiment. Explicit. I mean, I feel like such a teen boomer right now saying this, but they should. Falling asleep on strangers' shoulders. Gone sexual.
I got my money up. I remember when you fought me.
Is this really the level we're at now, where we just need to lay down on people in public transport for the sake of content? I mean, it got 2.3 million views, I guess we do. For real though, like, what is the entertainment value of this? People talking about OnlyFans being a bad investment. Think about giving money to these guys' Patreon. Well, yeah, also, they have a Patreon too. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. They have a Patreon where they give all of the uncensored content to people. Now, what this uncensored content is, I have no idea. Judging by what is there, essentially censored content, that the only thing I can think of being less censored is them actually kidnapping someone. But let's look at the tiers for no real reason when you think about it. But first of all, there's the basic tier, just giving you the content for $5 a month, and that's it. Then there's the second one, where they follow you on Instagram and also give you access to their site, which doesn't exist yet. They also say that the web designer they've been working with has left them in their description, so I don't know what's up with that. And then there is a third tier, where you get everything prior, plus a 10-minute therapy call with Skitzz. I'm kind of terrified the fuck that therapy call is. Hello? 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 Is this Skitzz? Oh no, Skitzz couldn't make it today. He was too busy choreographing another big dick cinematographic masterpiece. I'm his coworker, White Skitzz. Oh, I'm sorry then, White Skitzz. I wanted to ask about a few things. Well, I've donated $5 to your Patreon last month, and I got the uncensored content, and I watched it, and it kind of gave me a depression watching it. So I went through your other Patreon rewards, and I noticed you also give therapy on your Patreon, so I thought, why not give you another $15, and I was wondering if you couldn't cure the trauma I got from watching your content. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could do something about that. What video in question did you have a problem with? Oh, well, specifically, I think it was the, that video, you know how, like, that old lady was just trying to cross the street, like, you really didn't need to do that to her. But don't worry about that, the murder was, like, really humane and stuff. This is the portion of the video where I do sort of feel like I've addressed my main problems with these guys. I think I've properly illustrated the pain these two men and their giant dicks have caused me. However, I feel like there might be some people, possibly Skitzz fans, who stumble over this video being like, hey, Edward, you just don't get it. You're just being a boomer again. I mean, they aren't really hurting anyone. Stop being so prude. It's just a little annoyance in public for a bit of a joke. As with that, I don't really agree. I'd say two things. First of all, it's not a joke. It's about as funny as me peeling my butt cheeks off with computer RAMs. However, that is an opinion. Now, it is the only correct opinion, but it still is just an opinion. Now, the second thing, I think a little more objective, is that they're really being a little annoying, are they? I mean, an example of someone being a little annoying would be people like Filthy Frank, I think, doing his fucking vegan skits or...
Hey, I'm vegan. Can you give me this medal?
I feel like skits over here more like transcend to the next level of annoyance. I mean, really, what's the comedic value of organizing a night party on a tram? We're not really doing anything apart from being obnoxious, and it didn't even seem to be aware of that. The only thing that's making me smile is that a tram didn't crash and you're still alive. And that's the thing with a lot of these videos. I mean, if they are just harmless, I guess fun, then I can't really get too mad at it, you know, do what you want. People enjoy different things. But I feel like a lot of the value that any of this content could have is taken away by the potential danger. Like, even if something funny would be happening, for example in the tram skit, it is completely overshadowed by the fact that the tram could have very well crashed because of you. And this is the case for a lot of the videos. I mean, there is the road rage video. But Edward, the videos are fake. It's just faked for a skit. Come on. Why do you care so much? I mean, is it fake? I'm not be so sure about that. I mean, they don't say anywhere it's fake. Now, I know that's a bit of a fallacy, but I'm well aware that some of these videos could very well be staged. I mean, I'm pretty sure shots like this one would never realistically actually happen, but I feel like most of these videos are partly staged. No, I mean by that, well, there are these videos, for example, the tram one. Did they actually rent a fucking tram for the 1-minute skit, or what?
There's no such thing as the friend zone.
Also, there's the road rage one, the guy throwing bricks at him could have very well been an actor. Let's face it, he probably was. You're still doing this on an actual road with other people on it. Bro. And there's also this great video, which I would close the segment with, where they swat their friend's party. Now, I don't know what would be worse in this case. The fact that you literally pretended to swat a bunch of innocent people, possibly causing some of them some serious trauma, or the fact that you got like tens of people to participate in one of the least entertaining skits in YouTube history.
Buddy down now!
Alright, so I think this is actually the ending of this great journey we just went on, you and me. And yeah, I'm not sure I have any too big conclusions to end this all on, maybe apart from don't be an asshole in public. I'd also like to mention that I've only gone over the Skitzz YouTube channel in this video. These guys also have a Patreon, as I've said before. They have an Instagram, which is on private right now, but which I'm sure I could infiltrate eventually. And anyways, yeah, that's it for today's video. Subscribe if you enjoyed, drop a like, comment, whatever, do whatever you want. Follow my social media in the description for daily spam of emo poetry. Alright, maybe you shouldn't follow it after all. Bye.